On the campus of Western Kentucky in Bowling Green, Kentucky, some basketball as Conference USA has a huge matchup between North Texas and Western Kentucky on the Hilltop tonight. On the beautiful campus of Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers taking on the Mean Green of North Texas. It's Conference USA basketball on CBS Sports Network as we welcome you inside along with Mike O'Donnell. I'm Megan McPeak, and Mike, we have a great matchup in CUSA basketball. Contrasting styles, a team coming on the road trying to get another win, but you've got the home team trying to not go 0-3.
Western Kentucky has a lot to deal with on the offensive end. North Texas, second in the country in scoring defense. It's an elite defensive unit.
When you look at this North Texas team, they are led by a exciting guard in Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry won 6th Man of the Year last season. It is officially his team. North Texas belongs to Perry. He is one of the top three-point shooters in the nation at 45%, and he has a knack for making tough shots off the bounce. You need to get to know the name Tyler Perry. He is simply one of the best scoring guards in college basketball.
As he looks to lead them on the road on the other side, this will be the best guard matchup that we might have tonight. Davian McKnight, he's phenomenal.
McKnight plays at a smooth tempo, never gets sped up, never gets rattled. And he's been on a tear offensively the last 5 games, averaging 22 points and shooting over 60% from the field. He's smooth, he's strong, he's efficient. He's Davian McKnight.
McKnight up, looking to avoid the 0-3 loss, but they've got the Mean Green trying to top off the Hilltoppers here as we get set for tip-off and starting lineups on the other side. A great Conference USA matchup here this evening. Thursday hoops from Kentucky. Next. Welcome back to EA Diddle Arena as we get set for the Hilltoppers and the Mean Green in Conference USA basketball. A great one here this evening. And you see there, Grant McCaslin on the road trying to get another win here under his belt, and we've got starting lineups for both squads. We already talked about the 2 guards for each one of them. That's going to be a great matchup. But then you also have Sharp and Usman manning the middle. That's going to be another matchup. The best shot blocker in the entire country. And Phil Cunningham, acting head coach for the 3rd straight game, as we continue to send our well wishes to Coach Stanbury, dealing with a medical situation.
Certainly hope Coach Stanbury is starting to feel better, and Coach Cunningham's no shy coach on the sideline. He knows exactly what he's doing. Been head coach before at the Division I level, and he said had a really good week of practice leading into this game.
Megan McPeak, Mike O'Donnell with you. Acott attacking. That one's off the mark. And Perry will get his first possession running point.
You'll see a lot of ball screen action in the half court for North Texas. And if you're wondering, are they going to take the shot clock down to the final seconds? They probably will on almost every single possession. An early shot in the shot clock.
Usman off the mark on that one. Here's McKnight. And we're not getting the defensive matchup of both McKnight and Perry guarding each other, but it should be a phenomenal guard-to-guard matchup.
One of the primary reasons why Perry will not guard McKnight is because McKnight is exceptional at drawing fouls, and there's another steal from that stout Mean Green defense.
Huntsberg works off the screen from Usman. Perry works off the screen. In the corner, that's Scott. 10 on the shot clock now. Huntsberry working off Usman. Off the pump fake. Around the horn, Perry, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, checks it, floater.
Oh,
and
my
that
goodness.
falls.
Oh, my goodness. The decelerate, the accelerate, back and forth, fast to slow, slow to fast. He is a wizard in the ball screen.
McKnight works off the screen. His pull-up jumper does not go. Usman with the rebound.
One of the differences you'll see in this guard matchup is Perry is a prolific three-point shooter. McKnight is not. But McKnight is one of the top mid-range jump shooters in the country. So two elite scoring point guards, but play a little different on the offensive side of the ball.
Perry now with 8 on the shot clock. Works off the screen, looks for his big man, still with it. McKnight picks him up. 2 seconds again on the shot clock. Pull up, and Perry is going to get bailed out by the official. McKnight was ready to go back the other way.
That was good defense by McKnight, who's one-on-one with Perry, who has just a fantastic handle on the basketball. After the foul was called, McKnight said, "There's no way I got this." Hard to tell.
Our officials this evening, Doug Simons, Ray Natili, and Bert Smith. As Perry makes it a 4-0 lead.
Perry's a top 3 free throw shooter in Conference USA, shoots over 80%. He's top 20 in the country in three-point shooting, and a big-time free throw shooter. He can do it in so many different ways.
Huntsberry got the beautiful block on the defensive end. Here he is now offensively, looking to work off the big man. Keeps it, tries to make that pocket pass along the baseline. It will stay with the Mean Green.
One thing that's very evident so far in these last few possessions for North Texas is they're really getting into the paint anytime they want. And that was a point of emphasis for Western Kentucky in shoot-around this afternoon. So we have to keep the guards out of the paint for North Texas.
This one looking for his guard, finds Perry, goes to screen for him now. 6 seconds, Perry in the corner, doesn't go. Great rebound there by Edey. Shot clock reset. Nice bounce down low as Usman gets the lay-in to go. That was a great find.
How did Huntsberry see that? He put a little bit of spin on that pass. Man, that was big time.
Only way that gets entered in down low to Usman is that English that he put on it.
Usman actually goes up quickly, though, to avoid that block from Jamarion Sharp.
Hamilton in the corner. Unfortunately, Huntsberry's going to get called for the foul. No landing space.
Look at this pass from Huntsberry. The wraparound live dribble pass. And I say live dribble pass because you don't know when the defense doesn't know when the pass is going to happen. As you go from dribble right to pass with one hand, it's so hard to time up as a defender. It's almost kind of like it's a modern fundamental in today's game, is having that one-handed live dribble pass. The game's evolved to where that's an important piece for any guard to have in their bag. I mean, Megan, you see that in the NBA all the time, how important that pass is, reading the tag defender, the skip, and you have to, as a guard, you have to have it now because of the way the defenses are playing that pick and roll.
That's true, and you can tell that the way that the pro game continues to evolve, you can see that the college game and even, juniors and seniors in high school start to learn what is useful at the professional level, because that is obviously the aspiration, whether it's in the USA playing in the NBA or the G League or even going overseas to play internationally.
Yeah, first it was the three-point shot, and then it was the way the teams were defending the three. And so you have to add in different skill sets, and it's kind of a slow drip over the course of time, but the NBA always leads the way.
Aycott has that block by Usman after the turnover. It sends Perry back the other way for the Mean Green. On the cross, shovel pass, Edey. His 3 off the mark. Usman and Sharp fighting for the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Aycott. Hamilton attacking, lobs it. Sharp can't put it down. 4-point lead right now for North Texas. Here's Jones. On the skip. Corner to outlet, doesn't go. Jones with the offensive board. Usman blocked by Hamilton. And we will get our first time out of the ball game, as it's a 6-2 lead here for the Mean Green.
Well, you think North Texas can play defense? Jarius Hamilton can play a little defense too. Big time block. Welcome back to EA Diddle Arena, and if you're going to talk about North Texas, you have to talk about their defense. Second in Division I in opponents' points per game. They're holding their opponents to 52 points a game. They've held their last 12 opponents to 57 points or less. The only team to score more than 60 points versus the Mean Green is St. Mary's. They are unbelievable on the defensive end. You don't like to throw the word elite out very often, but this is an elite defensive unit for Coach McCaslin. They're not going to press. They don't block a lot of shots. They don't steal. They make you take difficult shots and take you out of your action. We're going to see it all night long. It's physical, it's connected, and it's gritty. That's North Texas basketball.
And I mean, you saw the graphic with the Ken Pom numbers and the defensive percentages. The numbers back up what you're saying about this defense and why it is one of the best in the country.
I'm not smart enough to have a hot take like that. I'm going off of the numbers, Megan, for sure.
Here's Perry, 10 on the shot clock, attacking, keeping his dribble alive.
Good
Martinez,
defense.
4 seconds. Now Jones has to go high above the shot blocker, and Sharp doesn't go on the rebound. Martinez will head to the free throw line.
That's the next evolution of Sharp's game, though. He did a great job of stepping up and contesting that floater, but he needs to get back into rebounding position. He can't just turn and watch. The Hilltoppers need him to be aggressive and have a sense of urgency every single possession, not just ones where it's obvious. It needs to be all the time for him.
So Martinez and Stone checked in out of that timeout for the Mean Green. And Kristen Lander checked in for the Hilltoppers. Neither team really goes deep into their bench.
No, it's a very consistent lineup, and that is a Coach Stansberry MO and Coach McCaslin MO. Coach McCaslin very rarely will play freshmen. He wants to have his guys who know his defense and know his system locked in.
Here's Lander. Pull-up jumper.
Pretty.
That one doesn't go. Jones doing a great job clearing space and collecting the rebound for the Mean Green. Here he is working off Martinez. With space, he'll try and make. Doesn't look comfortable, but he clearly has the confidence.
He shot over 40% from 3 in 2 seasons at New Hampshire. He's a New Hampshire transfer where he was 2-time All-Conference. A pretty big-time role player to have on your team.
McKnight.
Love that patience.
Was working to try to get that lob. Sharp unfortunately lost his footing, so it will be a turnover. Up the floor quickly for the Mean Green. Perry gets it back. And the shot clock took a while to actually turn on and move. So the Mean Green might actually be getting a couple extra seconds here.
They won't pause with that at all. They're not going to be rushed at all. It is the slowest tempo in all of college basketball. And again, it's not a hot take. You can look it up analytically. The slowest tempo per Ken Pom.
Coach Cunningham seen enough. He wants a 30-second timeout. The Mean Green with a 14-2 lead here. 13:53 left to play here in Bowling Green. And this just shows you it's the long ball that's working for the Mean Green. Welcome back. 12-point ball game right now is North Texas here on the road, looking to give the Hilltoppers their 3rd straight loss. Hilltoppers trying to get something positive as Conference USA play really picks up now that it's the new year.
Conference USA is absolutely loaded from top to bottom this season. The last thing you want to do is start CUSA play 0-3.
Stone. Perry now on the logo. Scott goes to screen, works off of him. Scott attacking, kicks it. Jones 3, he'll add to it. And
oh
this
boy,
is becoming reminiscent of that Middle Tennessee game, except it's the first half.
no question. And I don't think, I'm not trying to sound very obvious, but North Texas just playing hard on both ends of the floor. On the offensive end, they're cutting harder. They're getting into the paint at will for drive and kick opportunities. Defensively, they come up with that jump ball. They're getting rebounds. They're winning the rebounding battle 12-2 so far. There's 12:57 left in the first half here.
17-2 lead here, scoring right now for the Hilltoppers. Coming very tough. Huntsberry at three, off the mark, gang rebounding, and the Hilltoppers will come up with it.
This is Davion McKnight time.
Frampton will try. At one, off the mark. He's just a couple points shy of 1,000.
That may seem like a quick shot or a quick possession for the Hilltoppers, but that's what Luke Frampton's really good at, and that's what Western Kentucky wants to do. Hitting threes in transition is part of their bread and butter offensively.
Jones on the penetration. Scott, nice sweep through as he attacks and goes two for safety.
Megan, it's every possession they're getting into the paint. Any team that can consistently get into the paint off the bounce sees an increase in three-point percentage, free throw percentage, and field goal percentage. Sucks the defense in. Western Kentucky has a lot of work to do individually on stopping the ball penetration.
That three from Falujan off the mark, as we will head to a timeout and a 19-2 lead right now.
Got everything working for North Texas right now. Catch, rip to the paint, and a finish. Mean Green rolling in Bowling Green.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Some notable former WKU players and coaches. And Conference USA continues to not just improve, Michael, but continue to be top of the top in the entire country.
They're a top 10 conference in college basketball, and you're seeing why. They were very successful in non-conference play. 71% overall win percentage in non-conference play, fourth in the country. Standard for that Power 5 conference level is winning 75% of your non-conference games. Top to bottom, you talk to all the coaches in Conference USA, it is absolutely loaded. You're not just talking net or Ken Palm. This season of Conference USA basketball season is the deepest it's been in over a decade.
Stone will take the three. That one off the mark, but the offensive rebound for Usman puts it back up and in.
Right now, the Mean Green are unafraid at attacking the rim, even against the best shot blocker in the country in Sharp.
So some of the starters come back for the Hilltoppers along with Dante Allen. As Acott is fouled. And right now, Mike, the Hilltoppers are just simply trying to find something offensively. 2 points, and there's still 11 minutes to go here, but they just need something to fall.
Something, anything, you know, please. You know, that's what the coaching staff is thinking. We have to get something at the rim. Now, a lot of credit goes to North Texas and their defense. Second best defense in the country analytically. They are truly an elite half-court defensive team. However, you can't just wait for them to make a mistake. You have to create action. There is no question that Western Kentucky has to win one-on-one battles on the offensive end. And it starts with players like McKnight and Acott, who have the ability to make plays off the bounce.
And right now, Hilltoppers only getting points at the free throw line. Can they get something off the turnover here? McKnight will call his own number, and he'll head back. He'll head to the free throw line. Again, the only spot where they've been able to get any offense.
And he's so good at that. McKnight in transition. He can go from fast to slow, slow to fast, and that little side Euro step he has is ultra smooth. McKnight sets the tone on offense. He's even keel. He always understands time, score, possession.
For those of you watching on the CBS Sports app or CBSSports.com, our free streaming coverage will conclude in a couple of minutes, but we will continue on CBS. Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss these Hilltoppers as they travel to the heart of the South and take on the defending conference champion UAB. Catch the action here on the CBS Sports Network.
UAB just lost to Florida Atlantic in a nail-biter in Boca Raton. UAB loses by two to Florida Atlantic, 88-86. The Owls are playing incredible basketball. They're currently 11th in the net rankings right now. Dusty May, the early favorites for Conference USA Coach of the Year. The Owls are for real. They got him. They missed him twice. McKnight missed him twice, trying to go inside a Sharp.
And it's not often, we were talking to Coach Cunningham before the game at shoot-around, it's not often that they will post up Sharp and look to get him inside.
Right, it's not his game. He's still learning how to play a true post position. He's at his best in pick and roll or pick and short roll, and especially lob situations and offensive rebounds. That's where he's really good.
McKnight, and that's the first field goal from the floor, not from the free throw line.
And that's his game, mid-range. He's the 7th most efficient mid-range scorer in the nation per Synergy Sports. He is so good in that 15 to 17 foot spot.
The attack doesn't fall from Huntsbury. McKnight back the other way, cross court, Acott. As he gets that to go in the paint. I don't even know if that was for him because they had Allen on the three-point side waiting for that in the shot pocket.
But it's a transition bucket, and it's the way they want to play. If they can get those rebounds and quickly get out and push before North Texas sets up their elite half-court defense, that's how they get back into this game.
And that was another thing Coach Cunningham said. We don't want to let them set up their defense because it allows them to stop us in the half court. And that pull-up jumper, such a smooth jumper from Perry.
He's a master at scoring simply. He every once in a while will have a big highlight play, but he's got a good handle, but that great jab step, right? He just has that jab step and then move opposite where the defender goes. Nice pull-up, Jay.
Perry there defensively. Allen getting on the floor. Usman on the floor. A loose ball, and they're finally going to get a jump ball called.
Jamarion Sharp is the best shot blocker in the country, but he does this quite often, which doesn't always get enough credit in how much he alters shots. Great shot blockers don't just block shots. His ability to make you take shots that you don't practice is probably his second best skill set that he possesses.
Off the inbound, McKnight step back, and they're going to get a travel called.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one, Megan.
I thought, if anything, maybe a push-off, not a travel.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be potentially the offensive foul. I thought his feet were pretty good on that. There's a good replay. Let's see where he establishes his pivot foot. Then he gets...
Okay. He established the left as his pivot foot.
I'm still 50-50 on. I'm still 50-50 on it. It's live though, I understand. I understand why it was called live.
Right. We have the opportunity of the replay. Huntsbury. Now Perry, 10 on the shot clock. Again, going late into the shot clock. Perry in the corner. 4 seconds, and they're going to get Lander on the foul.
The crowd here at EA Diddle is not happy with that foul call. Looked like a little bit of contact. Wow, that's good defense. I mean, that's where you got to play on. Yeah, I agree.
Or are we just harsh critics?
Both. Both.
So off the foul, they get the reset.
Lander's got a tough task. That's 2 picks in a row that he's had to defend. Now 3 in a matter of 5 seconds. It's exhausting.
Martinez 3 falls, but you know what? He was working by going over and under and utilizing, depending on who was setting the screen, utilizing his teammate to help him get through that.
I would be ultra cautious, though, if I'm guarding Perry. I do not want to go under the screen against Perry. his ability to rise up and hit a three off a bounce is big time.
And Scott's going to get whistled for the foul. And a timeout on the floor. We've got a 26-9 ball game here, and a very beautiful night here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Stay with us. Tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern, we bring you some Friday night MAC hoops as Toledo hosts Western Michigan in Savage Arena, followed by Ball State battling Akron. Watch it here on CBS Sports Network. And you see two of the best for Toledo in Dennis and Shoemate.
Yeah, Ray J. Dennis has turned himself into one of the best scorers in the country, not just the MAC, but the country. And JT Shoemate has a fantastic story. Actually started his career at Division II Walsh University. He had 0 Division I offers, and look at him now. He's the 4th leading scorer in the MAC. It's an awesome story. JT Shoemate, super efficient scorer for Toledo.
How about the name of the arena, though? Savage Arena?
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
You can't play soft in Savage Arena, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As McKnight gets into the paint and is fouled, will head to the free throw line. And this, Mike, this might be what the Hilltoppers have to do the rest of the first half for the next 7:47, because this defense from North Texas is really limiting what they can do. But when they've gotten in the paint and attacked the hoop, they've put the onus on the officials to blow the whistle.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's actually working in Western Kentucky's benefit to slow the game down and getting to the free throw line. This is the complete opposite of what we thought Western Kentucky should be doing. And really, so much credit has to go to North Texas and their ability to be locked in, connected defensively. This is the norm for them, of holding teams to their season low scoring. This is what they do. They're going to slow it down offensively, and they're going to take good shots, play so slow tempo. We talked about that. But defensively, it's nothing fancy. They just don't make mistakes in the half court. It's a scatter report genius system for Coach McCaslin and his players.
Usman left that one short. McKnight on the move for the Hilltoppers. Kicks it. Frampton thought about it. He'll attack. He will get the bucket and the foul. And we'll head to the free throw line to add one more.
Luke Frampton doesn't do this often. Catch, turn down a three, and rip it and get to the rim. 82% of his field goal attempts are from three. So Jones actually did a good job defensively. It was just one of those better plays by an offensive player in Frampton.
And Frampton, as he is at the free throw line to get three the hard way, just eclipsed 1,000 career points.
He's a prolific shooter at Davidson and has had himself a really great career at Western Kentucky. Is an elite shooter.
To say
Fourth
the least.
in the nation. He's 51% from three. That is completely absurd to shoot that high percentage. And he's shooting a lot. He shoots a lot of threes per game as well.
I was going to say, it's not like he's taking two on the season.
He's not just taking one or two. It's a storied program here in Western Kentucky. Luke Frampton's the 53rd player in Western Kentucky history to reach 1,000 career points. Think about all those names that came before him. Charles Bassey, Courtney Lee.
And Usman adding to the Mean Green score, 28-14. Still 6:42 to play here in the opening half. Meg McPeak, Mike O'Donnell with you. Hamilton connects, and that might be what opens up the floodgates for these Hilltoppers.
They need him to be consistent. He's a very efficient player. He's top 20 in Conference USA in shooting efficiency. He needs to be more aggressive offensively. He can knock down shots like that.
Usman.
Oh, nice backdoor by Perry.
Beautiful backdoor cut and an even beautiful pass.
They thought they were coming with the DHO.
And McKnight just lost the handle, didn't know what he wanted to do with it. Jones quickly sidesteps the defender and lays it up.
Back-to-back gorgeous offensive moves for the Mean Green.
32-17 for North Texas. Acott behind the back. Hamilton, can he make it 2 in a row? And does.
There you go. Shoots over 50% from the field. He needs to be more aggressive.
5:35 to play. Can you get it within single digits heading to the locker room? That is definitely an opportunity now.
Semi-transition threes have worked for the Hilltoppers. Little backdoor cut. Perry likes to come off that dribble handoff when he's in that deep corner. Reads the defense, goes backdoor, and then Hamilton. Smooth looking stroke from 3. He's really been the only guy. He's the Hilltoppers' leading scorer at 8 points.
Perry double teamed and is bailed out by Coach Mack with the timeout. 30-second timeout here. We've got 5:14 to play here in the first half and a 12-point ball game from the Hill. Welcome back. Stay with us. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Back in the studio will be Brent Stover and Seth Davis. They will take you through all of the college hoop action.
Big-time duo. Brent Stover, some of the best pocket squares in the business.
And a shot clock violation for the Mean Green. Coming out of that timeout. Tough situation to be put in, but still hold on to a 12-point lead. And Coach Mack might be one of the most animated coaches I've seen on the sideline.
Well, Coach McCaslin's always dialed in. His practices, his shoot-arounds, they are intense, they are loud, but his players are that way too. His players, it's not a quiet defense. I've never been around a great silent defense. If you're going to be connected like North Texas is defensively, you have to be able to talk and communicate. It's demanded upon you. Nice extra pass.
Acott 3. That one, he had to call it, right, Mike?
Has to be. All of a sudden, single digits.
Single digits. The crowd that's here in attendance feeling like they're getting back into it. Jones rejects the screen. And a miscommunication, but somehow Perry, right place, right time, keeps it alive. 6 on the shot clock. Picked up by McKnight. Being harassed, kicks it. Stone 3. That was blocked by Frampton. The best defensive set there for the Hilltoppers.
Took the words right out of my mouth. No question about it. That was great by McKnight, and then a closeout by Frampton to get a piece of the ball. Again, getting into the paint for McKnight, but then the extra pass. McKnight gets the hockey assist, but the extra pass, that was great offense and great defense. 2 back-to-back. Solid possession for the Hilltoppers. And really, what we're seeing right now in that play, that's the offense for the Hilltoppers. If they don't have a 3, they're getting to the rim and getting fouled. That's what's worked for them to climb back into this game.
Aaron Scott whistled for that one. It's his second. No one on the floor, with the exception of Scott, who now has 2, really in any foul trouble. As McKnight misses the front end. Huntsberry back into the ball game along with Edie for the Mean Green, and Hilltoppers going into a full court pickup now, trying to create some chaos. Acott harassing Huntsberry. Gets it back, working with Usman. Crowd here imploring the defense, showing the respect. Perry with 10 seconds. Got McKnight in the air. Usman down low. Too strong. Hamilton came up with it as he's falling. Great defensive set. That's back-to-back defenses right there for the Hilltoppers.
Well, Hamilton with the presence of mind as he's falling down to not get the travel call, throw it to Frampton. Heady play.
Hamilton the 3. That one's off the mark.
We talk a lot about North Texas and their defense, but Western Kentucky showing some fight on the defensive end. Coming up with the loose ball steal, trying to get back into it.
Welcome back, 32-24 lead for the Mean Green, and Coach McCaslin has created some history at this program with what he has developed it to be known as.
Yeah, he's created a basketball factory in Denton at North Texas. You take a look at that record, 2020 Conference USA Coach of the Year. This is his 6th season as a Mean Green coach. Went to the tournament in 2021, went to the NIT second round in 2022. Just won his 100th game last season. He is widely respected as one of the best X's and O's coach, not just in Conference USA, but in the country.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't.
There you go. Yeah. And North Texas never lies about their defense either.
That's very true.
You cannot hide in North Texas's defense. You have to stay locked in. You will be exposed.
And here in Arena, they honor Luke Frampton for hitting that 1,000 career point mark.
And North Texas worked on this defense. This is Western Kentucky's 1-3-1 extended zone. It worked really well for them in the game versus Middle Tennessee a few days ago.
They go inside. Usman trying to go against Sharp. Turnaround hook shot does not fall. Going back to what you were saying about Sharp, not necessarily blocking everything, but altering shots.
That's a hard shot to shoot. The quick spin, turnaround baby hook, high degree of difficulty.
Here's Aycock. Picked up by Edie. Works off Sharp, 12 on the shot clock. Frampton. Back to Aycock. 5 seconds. Aycock
Good
has
defense.
to make something out of this. Turnaround jumper, rims in and out. Martinez pulls it down.
That was great defense by Huntsberry. One-on-one, he won that battle.
Here he is offensively, going at Aycock. Martinez kicks it, Perry. Now Edie, extra one, Huntsberry, 10 on the shot clock. Gets in the paint. Martinez, 4 seconds. Deep three, Perry. That one doesn't go, but they're gonna get a foul on the rebound. And they're gonna put it on Frampton.
Wow, don't like that call.
I tend to agree with you.
Happened right in front of us. Looked like Frampton was actually pulled to the ground.
It looked like it's a loose ball, 2 guys going for it, and Frampton ended up on the ground. What can you really do about that? He definitely hooked on that left arm.
That's true. That's true.
I think that should actually be a foul on Martinez, and we're going the other way.
I agree, 100%. I think the EA Diddle crowd agrees with us as well.
It would sound like it. And we've got a stoppage here. And I believe they're going to reset the shot clock.
One thing I will say about the EA Diddle crowd, I love doing games here. I really do. It's an awesome arena. It's one of my favorite arenas, not just in Conference USA, but in the country. It's a smart college basketball fan base. You can feel when a call, even when we think it's a 50-50 call, most of the fans feel that as well, and you can kind of feel the energy. It's such a fantastic home court advantage.
So they reset the shot clock to 12 seconds for North Texas. Perry attacking. Floater denied by Sharp. Coming up on 90 seconds to play here in the half. Aycock thought about it. He'll attack. McKnight.
Ball screen action for McKnight. Here's where he's really good. Puts him in hostage. Floater.
Throw down from Sharp doesn't go. Perry looking at his coach. Huntsberry. We're under a minute to go now. Usman thought about it, got the shot blocker in the air. The help came from Frampton, and Sharp still got a piece of that. Martinez in the corner, and tipped out of bounds. As Marshall got a piece of that talk, the ability for Sharp to get his feet in the air on the pump fake, but then recover.
No question about it. He didn't do that, remember, on that initial rebound early in the first half, but he recovered incredibly well. Very agile for a 7'5". And another block for Sharp.
And they're going to get a shot clock violation. You can see the look on McKnight's face. He wanted that transition bucket. They will get the ball back, but Sharp is showing why he's the best in the country at this.
No question about it. #1 shot blocker in the nation, and you see why. He has the unique ability and combination of absurd length and quick bounce, right? He's got to have good timing to go along with his length. Otherwise, he'd be in constant foul trouble. He's a highly intelligent defensive player.
McKnight gets into the paint. Usman got a piece of that. 30 seconds to go here in the half. 20 on the shot clock for the Mean Green.
If there was any doubt they're going to take their time, they're going to take their time. Got a 3-second difference, game clock and shot clock.
Perry off the double screen. Push to the sideline. Hamilton did a good job keeping him out there. Edey had to let it fly. Almost fell. Usman tried to keep it alive, and they keep the possession with .9. And you can hear the Hilltopper fans' displeasure with that.
That's what Usman does. He's the #1 offensive rebounder in Conference USA because his effort is off the charts. He is constantly attacking the offensive glass and keeping possessions alive. A good defensive possession for Western Kentucky up until the very end where there wasn't a box out.
And the first half comes to an end as the Hilltoppers and the Mean Green in a close one here, as the Mean Green lead it by 32-24. Conference USA play comes down to the wire as we continue on, and we send it back to the studio. Seth Davis and Brent Stover on the other side. Welcome back to Bowling Green, Kentucky. A 32-24 lead for North Texas here as we get set to start the second half. Along with Mike O'Donnell, I'm Megan McPeak as we welcome you here courtside. And you look at that first half, Mike, it went back and forth. North Texas showed why they are one of the best in the country with their defense.
Got out a little dicey for Western Kentucky. North Texas was up 19 at one point in the first half. The Hilltoppers really had to climb back there in the last 5 minutes.
As we take a look at the highlights from the first half, North Texas showed their defense. It was on complete display.
Well, you could just look at the numbers, and like you said, Megan, the numbers don't lie. Western Kentucky was 6 of 20 from the field, really 30% shooting. It was a difficult first half for the Hilltoppers scoring because it was the Mean Green defense, steals, blocks, forcing you to take contested jumpers, all elite defense. But then Western Kentucky started to figure it out. It started with Jamarion Sharp and his shot blocking ability. He had 4 blocks in the first half, which allowed Western Kentucky to get a little offensive continuity, extra pass, Acott knocks down to 3. Starting to see a little bit more flow from Western Kentucky.
And you see some of the reasons why North Texas was able to take the lead. And we've been talking about it all first half and during the half. The rebounding advantage that they have right now in this game is a big reason why they've been able to have all those positives.
Yeah, you look at the points and winning the points in the paint, as well as the offensive rebounds. North Texas is winning the rebounding battle 26-9.
And I have to apologize. Mrs. Sermons corrected me on the pronunciation of Doug's last name, so I want to apologize to Doug Sermon and his family on that one. That was my mistake.
It's your first turnover of 2023,
hey,
Megan.
everybody's got to
okay.
have one, right? Huntsberry off the mark there. The ball out of bounds. It will go to the Hilltoppers. So what does the Hilltoppers need to, aside from put the ball in the bucket, because that's the obvious thing, but what do they need to do defensively in order to get back in this ball game and maybe come away with a win?
Well, number one, they have to rebound every single shot. That has to be a given. There needs to be more boxing out, because if they can get a rebound, we've seen their ability to go from rebound to transition offense in that last 5 minutes. That was some of their best offense. Rebounding and boxing out, a huge key in this second half for Western Kentucky.
So Frampton to inbound on the sideline.
It hasn't been just one player for North Texas. I mean,
right.
If you look up and down, there isn't a single player that's in double digits.
Frampton 3 off the mark. Hamilton fights for the offensive board, puts it back up and in. He's really been the biggest spark for Western Kentucky in this game.
No doubt about it. Hit 2 threes in the first half. He's got 10 points tonight.
And those 2 threes were huge momentum swingers for the Hilltoppers. Here's Perry. Hamilton on him, gets it back. Huntsberry. Attacking in the paint, 4 on the shot clock. Edey has to put it up. He hits.
Edey's not known as a three-point shooter, only 25% on the season, but the North Dakota State transfer is a scorer. There is no doubt about it. Scored over 1,000 points in his career at North Dakota State.
Acott attacking, and Edey will now pick up the foul.
This is Jarius Hamilton. You'll see him on the offensive glass attacking. He's a big-time athlete. And then Edey for North Texas. Smooth-looking three-point shot. One of the more easier looks that the Mean Green have gotten in the half court.
McKnight high off the glass. And this Hilltopper team slowly continuing to try and chip away at this lead, as you mentioned, was 1 point at 19. Perry, Scott attacking. Perry gets it back out. Scott in the corner. Perry lets it fly, and he connects.
Way too much space. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the country. Shoots 45% from 3. That's 19th in the nation.
McKnight calls his own number.
That's his game. Top 10 in the country in mid-range shooting efficiency. He'll back you down. He's just an inch of space to get his shot off.
8-point ball game here to start this second half as we are underway.
Certainly a lot more fluidity this second half by both teams on the offensive end.
Most definitely. Perry, Hamilton defending. Perry trying to get him in the air. Scott up and under, doesn't get the friendly bounce. Usman trying to keep it alive, but McKnight the other way for the Hilltoppers. Quickly down the floor. Frampton thought about it. Acott will take. Usman with the rebound. Huntsberry to Scott. Usman thought about it.
No, he would have been pulled out of the game immediately. Immediately, if he would have taken that 3.
Come on, coach, let me take a wide open one.
You're open for a reason, son.
8 on the shot clock. Huntsberry attacks, floats it up, gets the bounce. Lead back to 10 now.
Mean Green just have players who are good at scoring simply. They don't have to make a big, flashy play, but just understanding how to play angles.
Acott attacking. As they're going to get Huntsberry with a foul. And we will have our first timeout this second half. We've got a 10-point ball game here. 16 minutes to play in this second half. Mean Green with the lead. Welcome back. That is Joker with his dad, also known as Jamarion Sharp. And who doesn't love a dog, Michael? Who does not love a dog? Come on, look at this little guy.
I don't know if there's enough. The adorable meter has completely broken off.
Out of this world.
It's been awesome to see. Joker's this was earlier today. Joker is a legend on campus, more of a legend than Sharp is now, and he even has his own crate in the training room. He's a regular attendee of practice and shoot around, and it's pretty cool. That the story's pretty special. You know, you think about the name Joker and where that come from. It actually came from Sharp's older brother, who had a dog named Joker, and Sharp's older brother sadly and tragically passed away in 2010. And for years Sharp said, I never want to get a dog because the memory hurts too much for me to think about my brother. But over time he thought, what better way to honor his brother's memory than get a dog. His brother's always in his heart now, and he had to name the dog Joker, and they have a special bond. It is at 7'5", and you see little Joker run around. It really is a beautiful story. I want to meet Joker too.
I know. We didn't get the chance to
missing
earlier.
out on the opportunity. We just weren't cool enough, I guess.
We didn't make the cut. And they're gonna get a call on Perry. Like, come on.
Yeah, love it.
Great
your
name.
heart. Melt your heart.
And look how handsome that little guy is.
He's more famous than Jamarion Sharp on campus now.
Aycock in the paint, floats it up, does not go. Edie with the rebound for the Mean Green. And all puppy jokes aside, that is a great way to honor your brother.
Oh my gosh, no question.
It's tough, but like you said, always in his heart.
Sharp has a huge heart. You ever talk to him, he's always has a smile on his face. He is just a happy kid.
Usman off the mark. Hamilton, the lob for Sharp, came down with it, and they're going to get a foul. I believe it's going to be on Jones, who is trying to do the unthinkable, and that's jump with Sharp.
This is called rim racing. Sharp sprinted the floor from end to end, and that's why he got the foul. Pushed the defense in transition so low, and you got to throw it up anywhere above the square, and Sharp's going to get it.
And they're going to get a jump ball called. Possession will stay with Western Kentucky. And Sharp getting a breather. Marshall into the game. And Scott pokes it out of bounds, so possession will remain with the Hilltoppers. Huntsberry returns. Edie will get a rest.
And North Texas, they don't, for being an elite defensive team, they don't get a lot of steals, but they get a ton of deflections. They're always in the passing lane. They never overextend themselves. They're just constantly an annoyingly perfect defensive team.
Great rotation there from Jones on cue, as you were talking about how good they are defensively. Made the right rotation at the right moment to disrupt that shot. Still a 10-point game here. Huntsberry trying to extend it, makes it 13.
He is a bucket getter. We talk a lot about Tyler Perry, but Kai Huntsberry can get hot and get hot quick. Coming off an 18-point game where he hit 3 threes.
Aycock tried the baseline, was cut off defensively. Finds McKnight. He'll attack the paint. And they're going to get an offensive foul called on Davian McKnight as Martinez.
North Texas recovers so well. Look at Martinez, steps up above the restricted circle. You're so worried about McKnight. There are 3 Mean Green jerseys. Look at that help. Look how quickly they closed that gap. There was a gap, and it was long gone as soon as they saw McKnight attack that gap in lane.
Here's that extended 1-3-1. McKnight comes up with the steal, calls his own, misses, and will head to the free throw line.
You know, McKnight, that's such a special play because he initiated the contact. So many times guards shy away from the contact in the full court. Watch McKnight lean in and absorb the contact. He has great tempo and pace because of his intelligence, but he gets to the free throw line a lot because he understands how to use his body. He's got a strong frame. He looks like a running back. It's that same stop-and-go ability.
As Perry returns for the Mean Green. Christian Lander into the game for the Hilltoppers. McKnight gets both free throws.
This is why it's so hard to get down by double digits early against a team like North Texas, because you know that their defense is going to be dialed in every possession, but they control the tempo. They're going to make you guard for 30 seconds of the shot clock. They're going to make you run off multiple ball screens, and this is what you need to do. Try to turn up the pressure a little bit.
Scott, great defense there from Frampton. He was able to strip it out of bounds as he was going down after he felt he took a charge there. The ball will stay with the Mean Green. Landers looked like he took a shot in the stomach as he was bent over.
That's the second smart defensive play by Luke Frampton, who had that closeout block late in the first half. And almost could have gotten that offensive foul called on that possession.
6 on the shot clock. Perry rises and connects.
It's too much space. 19th in the country in three-point shooting, and he does it so well off the bounce. Megan, you know how hard that is. Guards, there's a premium for guards who can hit threes off the dribble. That energy transfer is not easy, going from dribble to jump shot.
Layup for McKnight doesn't go. Hilltoppers trying to get back defensively. Perry trying to make him pay. McKnight with a great rebound. Hamilton. Landers bobbles that a little bit.
Just can't get anything easy, even off that dribble weave. The wall that North Texas forms. Oh my, that is gorgeous.
That was a beautiful spin pull-up from McKnight.
Oh, man. Who says the mid-range is dead, Megan McPeak?
Not me. I love a good mid-range game.
There you go. If you love a good mid-range game, you love Davion McKnight's game.
Slow and methodical. Knows exactly what he wants to do. 46-34 lead for the Mean Green. Jones adds 2 more. And much like we saw in that second half of the Middle Tennessee game, Western Kentucky is looking fatigued, very fatigued. Loose ball on the ground, Mean Green comes up with it. Up the floor, Jones. Great defense from Lander, but they're gonna get a foul called.
Good pass ahead by Stone for North Texas to initiate that fast break. Watch this McKnight spin, mid-range, fade away. Come on, high degree of difficulty. That is so tough from McKnight. Elite mid-range shooter trying to get the Hilltoppers back into it.
Welcome back. Tyler Perry is not just a basketball player, but he also just embraces the local community. This is some pictures from Denton, Texas. He voluntarily, Mike, went to a school because of why?
So he was supporting the women's basketball team in North Texas. The game ends, and an elementary school kid comes up to him and says, "Hey, Tyler, I want to play you one-on-one." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "All right, fine." He tries to find a ball. He can't find a ball after the game. So then he says, "Okay, kid, I'll meet you at recess at your school tomorrow." And the kid's saying, "Sure, whatever,
okay,
like you're going
right.
to show up." He shows up unannounced and says, "I'm here to play a one-on-one at recess." The kids went crazy. It made that kid's year, and the teacher at that elementary school posted it on their Facebook. The coaching staff for North Texas had no idea he did it. And when I asked him about it, he goes, "That's just who he is as a person." He's a kid who plays unbelievably efficient on the court. He's got a big heart for North Texas basketball, but he's got a bigger heart for the community of Denton. He will regularly go and speak at elementary schools across Denton about the importance of staying in school. I mean, he has a huge heart on the court and a bigger heart off the court.
And what's impressive to me about it is the fact that he's not even from Denton. He's not from
Yeah.
Texas. He's born and raised in Oklahoma, but yet he is embracing the North Texas area like it is his own, and that says a lot about who he is.
Truly just a selfless champion of the game, Tyler Perry.
Stone thought about it, goes back to Jones. 50-34 lead here for the Mean Green. Stone trying to add to it. He can't. Scott trying to get the offensive rebound. Mean Green is saying that it was tipped. The officials say it will be Hilltoppers basketball. Allen off 1 foot. Count the bucket, the hoop, and the harm. And just when you thought it was getting quiet and slowing things down offensively for the Hilltoppers, nice and one opportunity here.
Western Kentucky coaching staff is waiting for Dante Allen to get going. He started his career at Kentucky, was known as a big-time three-point threat coming out of high school. And Western Kentucky actually recruited him coming out of high school as well. He was their first get in the transfer portal this season. But that's part of recruiting now. If you don't get a kid out of high school, you stay in contact with him, because nowadays there's a really good chance you're going to get to re-recruit him again if they go into the transfer portal. You've already got that established relationship. Oh, nice hezzy by Perry.
That travel portal creating some interesting situations for people on both sides. Side out of bounds for the Mean Green. Perry works off the screen from Scott. Step back, 3. He'll say long 2 foot on the line.
I mean, how tough is that? How tough is that? His balance, his energy transfer on the jumper, and it's always off the bounce, Megan. That's hard to do. Most players just want to catch and shoot from 3. He's rhythmic off the bounce.
Lander attacking, up and under. Left is short, but Sharp was there to clean it up. (52-39).
This extended 1-3-1 zone bothered North Texas briefly in the first half. Nice pass.
Stone lays it up and in.
They got it to ball side corner quickly. That's exactly what Coach McCaslin wanted to do against the 1-3-1 zone, overloading that zone.
Allen. Jones got a piece. Allen. Marshall lobs it for Sharp as he throws it down. Getting with that 1-3-1.
North Texas wants to put it into the corners. They get an overload and an open 3.
Perry well off the mark on that.
He knew it as soon as he shot it. He turned around and he had that look of dismay. It just did not come off his hand clean. That's the overload on the right side, and then you get it to the middle. That weak side dunker spot will be open against that 1-3-1. Good hustle play by Western Kentucky. Just throw it up anywhere near the rim, and you know Sharp's going to take care of it.
He'll find it. I mean, at 7'5", there's a good chance nobody else is going to jump with him, and if they do,
Don't
they
throw
probably
it low.
are still giving up at least 1.5 feet.
That's the cardinal rule, all right, of playing with Sharp. Don't throw it low.
McKnight back in the ball game.
Well, North Texas just fights over those ball screens. I mean, it is impressive.
Yeah, they're going to get a blocking foul called. And before McKnight returned, when he went out of the ball game, I saw him a couple times rubbing at the back of his legs. Wonder if fatigue and cramping is starting to play a role, because that seemed like it was an extended break for him.
That's been somewhat of an issue for this Western Kentucky team these last few weeks. And Coach Cunningham talked about how we need to get in better shape. Our schedule has been so odd this season that we haven't been able to get into great game shape. And it's a real point of emphasis for this Western Kentucky team moving forward, of as they start get into more of a rhythm, those Thursday, Saturday games in Conference USA, that's the normal rhythm. And he feels really the last week of practice has been one of their better conditioning practices that they've had
all season long. Hilltoppers sticking with that 1-3-1 zone.
Huntsberry looking. Cross-court Perry.
Usman trying to seal against Allen, who has to run baseline to baseline.
Hey, he's working in that dunker spot, trying to give them some sort of an angle. Perry at the top of the key, 4 seconds, 2 seconds. Perry has to put it up.
I don't think he got it off. That should have been a shot clock violation.
And the Hilltopper fans feel the same way. And that leads to a Scott 3, and that's a backbreaker.
And Coach Cunningham is absolutely furious. I would be as well.
Yeah.
You and I had a really good vantage point on that. I don't think Perry got that off.
I think that if you get the replay on that, it is still in his fingertips. Frampton, nice pass to Hamilton, who goes baseline. $12-point ball game here. 8:08 still to play in this second half, excuse me.
Travel.
And that's a travel. The length of Marshall at the top of this extended 1-3-1 has caused some fits.
And the coaching staff of North Texas are looking at Huntsberry and saying, slow down. You don't have to make a big play. Take your time getting it across half court. But that 1-3-1 pressure causing some indecision for North Texas. You almost don't even think about that made 3 for North Texas a previous possession ago, because it should have been a shot clock violation.
Hamilton attacking. Doesn't get the bucket, but he will go to the free throw line. Next, 7:54. This might be the way that Western Kentucky chips away at this 12-point lead. We'll have free throws on the other side. Welcome back. We've got a 12-point game here in the second half, and we talked about them in the open. Davian McKnight, excuse me, and Tyler Perry, as I put the names together, they are true to form, at least in this ball game so far.
Yeah, 16 points for Tyler Perry, 4 assists, and more importantly, only 1 turnover. He's been super efficient with the ball. Davian McKnight, when you see his 15 points, he got a lot of those from the free throw line, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, but that's his game. Absorbing contact, drawing fouls is an underrated skill set for Davian McKnight. Been a good battle between those two in this game.
And coming out of the timeout prior to it, Hamilton was fouled on that paint attack. And in that first half, his 2 threes and his energy really sparked their comeback as they tried their best to get it within single digits heading into the locker room, which they did.
And it's been guys like Hamilton and McKnight getting in the free throw line. It's been arguably their best offense. They're 16 and 19 from the free throw line.
Now they're extending that 1-3-1 half-court defense to a 1-2-2 full court. Great job getting back defensively and finding their assignments. Took a lot of time off that shot clock for the Mean Green. Jones, Perry, even with the hand of Frampton in the face. That is a tough bucket.
He's a triple C, calm, cool, and collected. 19 points for Tyler Perry. That's 10 made threes for North Texas tonight.
$12 on the shot clock for McKnight. Spins, hangs, counts it. That's the second time he's done that from 2 different areas on the floor.
That's just what he does. It just mid-range game is off the charts for Davian McKnight, but you're in a position now, you have to stop trading buckets, period. You have to come up with consecutive stops in a row.
Especially, Mike, from the standpoint of the fact that you're trading a 2 for a 3 on this end of the floor.
And that you're having to guard most of the time for 30 seconds off the shot clock, more time coming off the game clock.
That 3 doesn't go. Scott trying to keep it alive. It will stay here as they will get Dante Allen on the foul. 6:36 to play. 6:34, excuse me, to play. Good job there defensively. On the move, Allen left it short, got his own. Edey, though, unfortunately went over the camera, folks, and into the stairs, and he is in a lot of pain right now.
That's Tyree Edey on the floor.
And the officials and those folks down there getting everybody out of the way so the training staff for North Texas can attend to Tyree Edey. And we're going to get a look at it.
Yeah, he just falls backwards. And
But
actually, you could see him land on the stairs as well. There's some stairs that's close to the floor. It's a good defensive play by Edey of contesting that without fouling. Good to see him walking okay.
Able to get up and walk off on his own, which is good, because that, I mean, even from the replay, it looked bad.
But everybody's tough on the North Texas roster. You don't have a choice. If you're being recruited by North Texas, that means you are a tough as nails player. This is the mean green for a reason.
Edey will get looked at on the sideline. So it'll be Usman, Scott, Jones, Perry, and Stone on the floor for the mean green. Allen, McKnight, Frampton, Hamilton, and Marshall for the Hilltoppers. And now McKnight taking the assignment one-on-one of Perry.
This is going back to Perry here.
McKnight able to get the closeout.
Yeah, almost had him on the pin down. Good closeout by McKnight.
5 on the shot clock. Jones in and out. And a loose ball foul is going to go the other way. Dante Allen getting the call on Stone. And now with the next 5:52, this is the one positive for Western Kentucky. They're in the bonus.
I can't believe I'm saying this again. What a way to slow the game down and extend the game. This is normally what North Texas wants to do. Slow tempo, keep it simple. Now, this is a great way to climb back in because you kind of get the feeling that the pressure is causing some indecision for North Texas, taking some questionable shots. We saw a few turnovers. No better way to set up your press than at the free throw line.
And that was something that Western Kentucky did in the first half. Excuse me. Aside from the 2 threes from Hamilton, they also got to the free throw line. So splits the pair at the line. And now they're picking up in a full court man-to-man. Trying to defensively create chaos, something that North Texas likes to do to their opponents.
And they're out of their zone, they're back in their man.
Jones still with it. Now Usman. 8 on the shot clock, backing down Hamilton. Hamilton comes away with the steal. And Usman is going to get called for a foul. McKnight doing a good job just standing in his path.
It's only a second foul for Usman. But this is good defense by Hamilton. I think Jarius Hamilton's been a real bright spot for the Hilltoppers. Defensively, we saw him make some big plays. He has 14 points tonight. Hit those 2 big threes in the first half that completely changed the momentum.
McKnight cuts it to a 7-point ball game now with 5:25 to play. Huntsberry will return.
Knight's 9 to 10 from the free throw line. That's what he does. He shoots close to 80% from the free throw line.
This is the second one. Hamilton tried to keep it alive. It will go to the mean green. Martinez will check in. Usman will get a break. And I'm looking over Mike at the bench for the Mean Green. And Edey is so conscious of the way he is sitting and standing from the chair he is in. You can tell that he's in some discomfort.
Yeah, standing up very gingerly. It's a huge piece for this Mean Green squad.
Jones, Huntsberry. That one off the mark. Hamilton had the rebound. Unfortunately, this is where kids, if you're watching and your parents are letting you still stay up right now, 2 hands on the rebound because the defender comes in, takes it away, now gets called for the foul.
And Hamilton's got a little bit of limp in his step as well. Took a bump on that rebound. He's really been Mr. Energy. He's been the guy for Western Kentucky that's brought the most energy and effort tonight.
Huntsberry working late in the shot clock. Now Perry works off the screen from Scott. Rises. In and out. McKnight with the rebound.
This is where he's good. He's surgical.
McKnight adds 2 more, and it's a 5-point ball game. Perry. Season opening. Gets it back from Martinez. 12 on the shot clock. Huntsberry attacking, and Frampton might have been a little too much with him.
The EA Diddle crowd does not like the call.
Does not.
I understand why the call was made. Frampton stepped into him just enough. There was a little too much body contact.
The strip was clean. It was the pre-body contact before the strip.
That's right.
That they don't realize that initiated the contact. As Huntsberry gets the front end of a 1-on-1. And Huntsberry gets both. And Coach McCaslin would like a timeout here.
Davion McKnight, 20 points tonight. 2 really tough ones here. Surgical in the mid-post. Got the Hilltoppers back into it. Stay with us. We got a good one in Conference USA.
Saturday night at 7 Eastern, hit the ice for the return of college hockey on CBS Sports Network as number 3 Minnesota faces off against 4th-ranked St. Cloud State. Don't miss the puck drop on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And you see the top 5 in men's hockey right now. That one should be a fantastic matchup when you've got 3 versus 4, both in the top 5, fighting for that illustrious championship at the end of the season.
Yeah, big fan of that Minnesota hockey team, sitting at 3rd place there.
Big sticky puck guy?
Played a lot of street hockey back in my day.
All right.
Megan, yeah, in Florida, you know, it was very little ice.
I can't imagine there'd be a lot of ice hockey down there.
No.
No backyard pond hockey at Christmas?
Oh no, we were just hoopers in the O'Donnell house. Don't know why. I was 5'10". I had the frame of a ping pong player, but for some reason decided to throw around that little orange ball.
Are you an avid ping pong player?
Oh, you got to be. Oh yeah.
What about pickleball? I feel like Florida's a great place for pickleball.
Oh, it is. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And this has turned into just a really great back and forth game here in the second half. That was an ISO design for McKnight to kick to the corner.
Allen off the mark.
Pretty good look.
That was a great look, just couldn't get it to fall. (62-55), 3:30 to play here. Megan McPeak, Mike O'Donnell with you. Perry with 10 on the shot clock. Huntsberry.
That's
Perry.
good deep by Frampton.
2 seconds. Perry. And they're going to get a shot clock violation. And we are going to hit another break here as the Hilltoppers trying to chip away at this 62-55 lead.
Welcome back to EA Diddle Arena, and you need more defensive plays from the Hilltoppers to initiate offense. That's what's got them back into their game, is their defense. And here's McKnight orchestrating in the mid-range where he has been surgical, almost poetic, all night long, dismantling the North Texas defense. 20 points tonight for Davion McKnight.
It's the free throws for me, if I'm being completely honest. The fact that you can attack that much, but then as well too, they're making their free throws, and that's what has allowed them to continue to stay within striking difference of this game.
And they started off shooting 0 for 10.
Right.
They've been shooting 55% since that 0 for 10 start. So without that slow start, this game might be looking a lot different, but the Mean Green came out physical, aggressive in the half court. Hilltoppers got nothing going in that first 10 minutes of that first half.
And coming out of that timeout, you mentioned that you noticed Hamilton had gotten hit on the other end a couple plays ago. He was flexing that leg, trying to get something loose, as McKnight will return to the free throw line.
Designed isolation post-up for your point guard. How many times do you actually get to say that in a broadcast? But that's something that McKnight does really well. In the post-up type situation, if someone's, same height or lower, they're going to that post-ISO for McKnight.
And McKnight gets both.
10 to 12 from the free throw line.
Back to a 5-point deficit. And they're doing this with Sharp on the bench. And they're going to get a travel. So a turnover, 2:53 to play. They get the turnover. But
full
now,
court press, the denial, the activity on the defensive end for Western Kentucky, that's what's really got them back in this game. It's hard to play fast defensively with Sharp on the court.
can you convert the turnovers into points? Hamilton. Marshall. Doesn't go. Jones collects and slowly brings things over.
Now, don't be surprised if they run action specifically for Tyler Perry here.
Jones attacking, gets doubled, kicks it. Scott three.
Can't shoot that. Aaron Scott doesn't need the ball a lot. He's more of a defensive stopper. McCaslin has tons of faith in Scott. It's a really great drive by Reuben Jones to draw two defenders. And then Scott, easy rhythm three for the sophomore.
McKnight returning to the free throw line for 13-14.
And this is a bit of a Captain Obvious statement, but it's impossible to come back and win this game if you're just going to trade buckets.
Yeah.
Because you know, not only is North Texas shooting the ball really well tonight, they've hit 11 threes, they're going to take the shot clock down.
Huntsberry might have got away with the travel. They managed to get it over half. Martinez could have easily attacked the hoop. Wisely gets it to his point guard. 2 minutes to go now in this second half. 65-59.
You can tell Perry likes this matchup.
Perry,
oh, he got him with the
hesitation. Left the layup short, a late whistle. And Tyler Perry is gonna head to the free throw line, and Hamilton is perplexed.
Look at this hezzy. Oh my goodness, that is filthy from Perry. I couldn't stand guarding players like Perry. You never talk about Tyler Perry being the fastest player on the court, but he's almost always the most efficient and best offensive weapon on the floor because ability to change speeds. I didn't care if a player was faster than me if he went the same speed all the time, because I just knew then I only had to go one speed.
Right.
But to guard Tyler Perry's stop and go like that, that's why Chris Paul is so hard to guard. Stop, go. How good has he been? Tyler Perry, 20 points tonight.
Makes it a 7-point lead. And Coach Cunningham wants a timeout. Try and draw something up. We will be back in 30. Stay with us. Welcome back. 1:44 left to play here in the second half. If there's a jump ball, possession arrow will be in favor of.
And both teams are in the bonus. And each team has 2 timeouts. That's going to come into play for North Texas especially, because you know that Western Kentucky is going to do as much as they can to put the North Texas backcourt in a trapping situation. So you've got 2 timeouts to work with. The last thing you want is that Huntsberry type play. Remember, about midway through the second half, he got the travel turnover right around half court because he was indecisive in how to attack that pressure. You got 2 timeouts to work with. You're the Mean Green.
You also want to see the Mean Green knowing that that trapping is going to come. Don't immediately put the ball on the floor. Collect the ball and survey what the defense is going to do to you. Give yourself an opportunity to check.
Absolutely.
McKnight spins off defense.
Oh,
Count
come
the
on.
bucket and the foul.
Come on.
Davion McKnight.
Designed ISO out of the timeout.
Again.
To get an empty side for Davion McKnight. You could see the empty out. I mean, he is just so good at finishing around the rim. Wow.
Chance to cut this to 4. And does calmly at the free throw line. He is now 13 for 15 at the line. 1:36 to play. Four-point lead right now for the Mean Green in North Texas.
This is a no foul situation, and Coach Cunningham turned around and said, in dismay at that foul. Not a smart foul by Davion McKnight. Still a little bit too early.
And this is a Western Kentucky team. They're down 4. And at one point this evening, Mike, we remember it was a 19-point ball game.
Yeah, you and I looked at each other like, this is getting completely out of hand in the first. It looked like Western Kentucky was going to get run out of the gym. Very reminiscent of the Conference USA championship game about a year ago, when North Texas got up, I believe it was almost 25 on Western Kentucky in the conference tournament.
It was 21-2 at one point of the first half. And then Western Kentucky finally just strung a few positive plays together. A couple of threes from Hamilton. McKnight getting to the free throw line. Here's Frampton. And a 30-second timeout for Coach Cunningham.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see where the ball is placed, because Frampton tried to dribble intentionally to get the ball. They wanted to run a baseline out-of-bounds play, but he didn't get deep enough, so now it's a side out-of-bounds play coming out of this timeout. You can see Frampton, he turned around, he looked at the referee, goes, the ball's on the baseline, right? It's on the baseline. They tried to get it down there. Bit of a tough angle here on the side out of bounds, but you know who you're probably going to. You're probably going to Davion McKnight. Right. But Frampton has been really quiet. Only 3 points tonight. If you're in North Texas, you have to be careful. One of the best three-point shooters in the country is Luke Frampton, and he is always in rhythm, regardless whether or not he's making shots.
He's 0 for 2 tonight, but that doesn't mean he's not going to take the third one.
No, you could easily see Davion McKnight being used as a decoy in this scenario. Try to get the over help and get Frampton something on the wing.
They always say be wary of the inbounder.
No question. Look who's inbounding it. Top 5 three-point shooter in the country, Luke Frampton.
Allen they use as the decoy. He takes the three, doesn't go. Air balls it, loose ball on the ground. Huntsberry and Hamilton tie it up. Or excuse me, that's Marshall that ties it up. And the possession arrow is in favor of the Mean Green.
Now you're looking at not quite fouling right away, but you need to go for steals. 2-possession game, minute 6 left. You don't want to completely overextend yourself, but you need to be looking for that steal off the inbounds.
Lander came back into the ball game.
Good empty out by North Texas there on the press break. I like that. We're going to play this out.
Under a minute to go now. 68-62, North Texas with the lead. And Lander trying to come up to double. Kick ball.
Jones has to come up a little bit more for North Texas and give a better passing angle to Perry. You know, traps are going to start coming. If you've got the ball, there's a good chance that the trap is going to come from Western Kentucky.
Frampton in, Lander out. Huntsberry. And the foul comes from Marshall. A lot of time has come off the clock, though, for Western Kentucky.
I don't understand why, if he wanted to foul, why he waited so long.
Yeah.
Foul was called, and
I'm
Coach
with you on that
Cunningham
one.
turns around and a frustrated look on his face.
Right. And you wonder if it was frustration in himself for not calling the foul quicker, or was it not executed as quickly as he would like? That's what you don't.
Unsure of the game plan. It's one thing that's so good about this North Texas team. They've got 2 players in the top 10 in Conference USA in free throw percentage. One of them, Huntsberry at the line, who just missed, almost 80% free throw shooter.
Split the pair. McKnight. Frampton back to McKnight. Rises. Doesn't get the bounce. Hamilton going up for the offensive rebound is fouled, so the shot clock is turned off. 25.1 to go in this half. And Hamilton, Jarius Hamilton, will head to the free throw line.
And for Davion McKnight in Western Kentucky, the thing that really changes this team is when McKnight becomes a formidable three-point threat. He is not. Shoots only about 20% from the three-point line. He's only taken 19 threes and only made 4 of them this season. So late game situations when you need a three, it can't just be Frampton.
Right.
McKnight has had a stellar game tonight, 27 points. He's been nothing short of awesome. He needs that three-point shot for situations like this.
Allen cuts the lead down to 5, 25.1. They go to Huntsberry again. The double came. He got it away.
Nice throwback.
And then Jones turns it over. McKnight attacking. Lays it up and in, 14.9 to play. Cunningham wants a timeout. And it is not quite over. It is a 3-point ball game. And Coach McClaslin is just frustrated with the way his team has not preserved possessions as of late.
And this is a smart play by Davion McKnight. You want to know why? It's not just the right play to make, but there are 4 players for North Texas that have 4 fouls. It's you kind of get that feeling that I don't want to get that 5th foul. I don't want to foul out. Smart play, attacking right away by McKnight off the very careless, really unforced turnover by North Texas. And this is, now, you can't be unsure of the game plan right now. 14.9 on the clock. You understand possession goes your way. If you can get a tie-up, great, get it. But you've got to go in with 2 hands to get that jump ball, and you have to be ultra sure.
Right.
You're going for a steal initially, and then you're looking for the foul.
Possession arrow, should there be a jump ball, is in favor of the Hilltoppers.
Look at how the Mean Green are lined up here. Everybody's behind the baseline. Emptying out.
McKnight.
Oh, did that go off? Perry?
Got the steal. It goes out of bounds. They'll say it will still be North Texas basketball. Not a lot. Only 6 seconds, 0.6 seconds came off the clock. 14.3. The long ball.
Oh, dangerous play.
Huntsberry collects it and then is fouled by Lander.
Wow, what a dangerous pass.
Jones making a risky pass. Credit to Huntsberry. He went up with 2 defenders.
This is potentially a game-saving play by Kai Huntsberry. Special team situations, just like in football, can win you games. What a basketball play by Kai Huntsberry.
And what allowed 2 defenders to be able to track that ball was the height with which Jones threw that ball.
A lot of air underneath it. It's like allowing a cornerback to catch up on a deep post route.
Huntsberry splits the pair. McKnight quickly down the floor, rises. Does not go. Jones fighting for the rebound. Loose ball, McKnight in the corner. Corner 3 doesn't go, and the Mean Green roll in to Bowling Green and hand Western Kentucky their 3rd straight loss.
But it looked like that North Texas was going to run Western Kentucky out of the gym in the first half. But what a gritty performance coming back into the game by Western Kentucky. But North Texas's defense was just too much to handle for the Hilltoppers. We had some great individual performances. Davion McKnight had 29 points. Tyler Perry for North Texas had 22. North Texas hitting 11 threes in this game. Ultimately, that was the real difference maker in the offense for North Texas.
North Texas comes in and gets the 70-66 win here over Western Kentucky. We thought it was going to be a great CUSA game, and it turned out to be, although it got a little hairy. For Mike O'Donnell and our entire CBS crew, I'm Meg McPeak. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Stay with us as we've got the 2022 Super High Roller Bowl coming up next.